Hello, everybody. This is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. I'll wait till some of you get into the chat. Hope you all are well out there. I didn't put up a post to announce that I'd be going on. I was trying to get on a little bit early this evening, so some of you could join me, and it won't be so late since this is still a work week. Hello. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Hello from Texas. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me, sweetheart. How are you? Hope you're well. Yes, I decided to get on for a little bit. Hello, Rebecca. How are you doing? Thank you. How's everybody doing out there? Is it chilly where you all are? Because, honey, it's freezing here. Oh, my gosh. So much for the sun. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you all are well and staying warm, because it was nice today, but it dropped down. Got very chilly here in the high 10. Utter madness as usual. I've got 6 in the room. 1 thumbs up. Thanks for joining me. Please hit the like button. Please share and subscribe. Thank you so very kindly. No super chats during the live. Thank you. Yeah, I decided to get on a little bit early because, as I state, my sleep patterns have been off lately, and I need to get some rest. Hello, Mary Blue. How you doing? Got 9 in the room. 8 thumbs up. Thank you so kindly. I've got 11 in the room. I'm going to try to keep this brief because I may go on a little bit later to discuss some other madness. The same madness that I've been discussing for 3 weeks now. Hello, Peaches Love. How you doing from Crooked Letter I? How are you? Katina, how you doing, baby? Thank you so much. 13 in the room, 9 thumbs up. Thank you so very kindly. No super chats, please. But if you'd like to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129. Thank you so very kindly. Hello, Stucky. How you doing? Oh, from Florida. Well, hello. Thank you so much. Is it warm down there? Because it's chilly here in the high 10. It's very chilly. Very chilly. Okay. I'm going to make sure I got my volume up. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start talking. I'm blessed, Katina. I'm doing really well. I'm feeling good. I'm hoping all of you are well this evening. I want to bring you a little bit of information because I kept trying to remind myself had I talked about this subject. I have to go through my videos to check because I talk about so many things. I was like, let me check to make sure I've even talked about this story because I didn't want to let this story get untold because I'm a little bit late. I'm almost a week old on this update pertaining to Megan Boswell, and forgive me. Hello, Pallets and Pugs. Thank you. So forgive me for being a little bit late on this story because I thought I had brought you all this story, and I realized when I went through my inventory I had not, so I apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and get started since I've got 15 in the room. If you need a source for this is WJHL Tri-Cities News and Weather 11. Prosecutors to seek life imprisonment without parole for Megan Boswell. This was updated 5 days ago. The Sullivan County District Attorney General's office stated Friday in court that they will be seeking a sentence of life imprisonment without parole should Megan Boswell be found guilty in the death of her daughter, Evelyn. The district attorney's office will not seek the death penalty against Megan Boswell. You can watch News 11 stream of court appearance below, and there's also a video. I think there's 2 videos inside of this article. Megan Boswell has been charged with 2 counts of felony murder aggravated child abuse, aggravated child neglect, and other charges. She has pleaded not guilty to all 19 of the charges she faces. Megan appeared in court virtually from the Sullivan County Jail, where she's been held since her arrest in February 2020. District Attorney General Barry Starbus made the announcement in court Friday morning. According to court documents, the state is seeking the sentence due to the fact that Evelyn was a person less than 12 years of age and Megan is a defendant over the age of 18. Boswell's attorney, Brad Sproul, stated the defense still needed to go through some recordings that hadn't been provided to them. The District Attorney General's office is still going through some of the information before sharing it with Sproles. Following the hearing, Sproles told News Channel 11 he was not surprised the state chose not to seek the death penalty against her. I think the law was probably against the state for the death penalty, said Sproles. Starbus said based on legal proceeding from the Tennessee Supreme Court, he determined life imprisonment without parole was the best option for state prosecutors to pursue. Starbus cited the huge amount of evidence, including forensic interviews and reports, as a complicating factor in the case. He said prosecutors are still waiting for some forensic evidence to be returned. So we're not finished with the process. And of course, when we receive that, we have to provide that to the defense counsel, and they have to be able to review it and evaluate it before trial, said Starbus. Megan spoke at one point in Friday's proceedings. Mr. Sproles and I have resolved any issues I had with his representation, Your Honor, she said. All right, so you're good to go forward? Judge James Goodwin asked. Yes, sir, said Megan. Sproles addressed the moment after court. I'm sure you can understand in a serious case like this, there's sometimes some issues, he said. You don't always agree on things. And she had expressed some concerns to me, and we met and talked about those. I left it in her discretion what she wanted to do. She apparently decided we had worked through our issues, and she wanted me to continue on as her attorney. Sproles has been going through the stacks of information he's been given with Megan. She reads through it, asks good questions about it, so I have no complaints about her at all, he said. Sproles also addressed the change of venue motion he had previously filed due to the heavy media coverage surrounding Megan's case. On Friday, he said the motion was filed prematurely. It was simply everybody I talked to asked me, they would say hello, and the next thing out of their mouth was, are you going to ask for a change of venue? So I went ahead and filed it, Sproles said. I know that it was early. There's some procedures that we'll have to follow in that motion. I think the judge will have us and the state take some steps before he finally rules on that motion. There's some things that we can do, such as jury questionnaires to test out the jury pool to see if there's prejudice because of the publicity. Sproles also said more motions could be filed based on the evidence. Judge Goodwin set a status hearing for May 14th. Attorneys said by that date, they hope to have reviewed all the evidence involved in the case. And that is the said information pertaining to Miss Megan Boswell. WJHL News 11 is the source. I could chew my paw off. I'm just I was very disgusted with this case. And this case mirrors, hello everybody. Hello Carol, how you doing? Thank you so much. This case mirrors to me what's going on out in California. The lying and the deceitfulness and the craziness. And today I was watching Court TV, and they were doing a brief piece about this case. And they were talking to one of the reporters at Channel 11 News. And hello, Joy. And they were rehashing, old footage from when she did her interviews with the news and telling the news that her mom had the child and took the child to the campground in Mendota. I think it's Mendota, Virginia. And you can watch that footage and you can see she was literally lying because she was smirking. And it was like, why would you be smirking in describing that your mother had your child? I know she's there. I know she's there. I know she took her there, and if nobody wants to do anything, I'll go get her myself. And I was just like, this girl is putting on for the camera. She makes me sick. I'm serious. This chick makes me sick. She reminds me of a very immature young person who laid down and had sex and got pregnant and realized, oops, you know, not for me. And the fact that they mentioned that the child was found under the shed, see, I never even knew that. I thought the child was found in the shed. But when I watched court TV today, they specifically said the child was found under the shed. So that means you really tried to conceal the child. I mean, I would still think the same if she was found inside of the shed. But underneath the shed, I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? This is just utter buffoonery to me. And the fact that also the girl, the reporter for Channel 11, was asked about having contact with the family. Nobody tried to talk to her, the news reporter. Nobody's returned any calls or have made any effort to give any type of news interview, which to me is bogus. The fact that the baby father, allegedly, who's in the military down in Louisiana, he never spoke out or has not returned a call to this young lady. Because I was furious with him back then when all this happened a year ago. It'll be a year this February that all this went down. And it's horrible because Evelyn was found deceased in the same outfit that they said she was last in. Well, you always got to remember, these people, they lie. So they say anything. Like I said, this mirrors what's going on out in Cali right now. It's the same lies, making up story about what they had on, when you last seen them, had them, all type of crazy stuff. And she ended up implicating her mother, which I don't think her mother had anything to do with it. Of course, at the time, we didn't know what to think. But like I said, she's just a big liar. And when you count in, after the fact, the grandfather, which I think is Megan's father, reports the child missing. Because I was kind of thrown off by that at first. I thought it was her grandfather, but it was her father. All of it's suspicious to me. Everything about the case is suspicious, but didn't have anything to do with it. But well, pallets, the thing about crimes when it comes to dealing with children and people who stay in a lot of trouble with the law, drugs, and things, you don't really know what to believe. But somebody knew something because she hid it in the shed. I think it's on the father's property, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know how you couldn't smell it. And if he goes to the shed at some point, so we don't even know how often the person or people go. I'm just now learning on court TV today that the body was under the shed. So somebody purposely concealed the body under the shed. So, I lose my train of thought. She just lied. But as I stated, what bothered me was nobody speaking out about the child. Her mother not speaking out bothered me. The baby daddy not speaking out. I just found something wrong with that. I find something very disturbing about a child being missing, then later found, and nobody has anything to say about the child. And nobody really knows when the child died. I think the child died probably December, because I think she was last seen Thanksgiving or the first week of December by a babysitter. So if that is to be correct, she died in December, perhaps. So my thing is, you don't know what to think and what to believe pertaining to this child, and you got this woman lying and all this old kind of stuff, and she's out here, yes, blaming other people for the crime and this and that, looking for a scapegoat. And of course, the mother would be an easy target because she was living pillar to post. She didn't have a stable address, home, job, employment, car. So naturally, oh yeah, let me put it on my mama because she don't got her life together. It's just a bunch of buffoonery. But I promise you, rewatching that news interview today just made me sick to my stomach because she smirked the whole time while saying her mom had the kid in Mendota. Oh, she took her to Mendota. And when I heard it last year, I felt the same ways as I do now. She's lying. She's lying. Nothing coming out of her mouth is the truth. Because who smirks? That's the part that got me. You're smirking. in describing that your mom has your kid. What's funny about it? I said, oh, this chick is lying. Look at her. She can't even contain herself because she's empty inside. So she doesn't even realize that she's smirking while describing that her mom has her kid. And as, the chief said, she gave so many conflicting stories. Yes. Yeah, Joy, that's the story. She gave so many conflicting stories, they already knew what time of day it was. It was only a matter of time of gathering evidence, getting the search warrants for said properties that belonged to the father, because, she once lived with him. She also once lived in a trailer across the way from the brother. And I don't know exactly who owned, I think the brother may have owned that trailer, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the police, whomever, investigators, they knew where to go. They knew to search family members' properties, and that's where she was found. She didn't even think to dispose of her baby somewhere far off where nobody could find the child. And that shows you how crazy she is. And so, she can easily use that as her defense. Oh, one of them did it. My brother did it. My daddy did it. You understand what I'm saying? And now that she tried to put it off on her mother, how are you going to explain how your mother put the body under the shed when the mother and the father are no longer together? And the mother had somebody else she was dating. So how would the mother get on the property to dispose of the baby's body? Just utter nonsense. I've got 23 in the room, 17 thumbs up. Thank you so much. This won't be a long live. I just wanted to bring you that said information that the state's attorneys is seeking seeking life imprisonment for Megan. I don't really understand why, but they thought that was the best idea. I do think it's interesting that she was having issues with her attorney. I don't know what those issues were because I haven't really kept up with anything going on pertaining to Megan Boswell. But I wasn't impressed with the attorney last year either. When I first saw who the attorney was, I don't know if it's the same guy. I wasn't impressed. I didn't like his attitude, and I thought to myself, well, it comes with the territory. You're mimicking the people that you're representing, so whatever. But I'm over her already, and the trial hasn't even started. I can only imagine how she's going to be when she goes to court. She'll probably make up all kind of crazy stuff once you get to there. Has Megan been consistently mentally unstable, or was she suffering from postnatal depression? Lindsay, I have no idea what was going on with Megan Boswell. There's nobody to tell you anything pertaining to her. I just know she came from a troubled background. Her parents had a lot of marital problems. And that's all I know about her life. She had her child young, of course, and the father allegedly is in the military out of town. So I don't know anything about her. She was going to school at one time. I thought she was going to school right around the time that the child went missing, community college. So she could have had, a decent life if she had, tried to work at it. She had a living father who took care of her at one time when I guess the mother went on her separate way and was doing her own thing. So she had a father. I think she's got some brothers. I don't know. I could not tell you what's going on with Megan Boswell. But I could see in the interview she's very childish, very immature, and you can see she's empty. Just the way she talked, you can tell. She's no empathy. Thank you so much. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see what this comment is right here. I think Megan's dad did something to Megan's sexual, and Evelyn was the product of that. That's something very wrong with her and her family. Gosh, Palace, why would you think that? What are you trying to say? You think her father is her father's baby? Dear God. Never thought about that. Thanks for the birthday wishes. She looks so young and innocent. I felt her. She looked so young and innocent. I felt for her at first, but the face of that wee baby, I just can't. So many of us would have taken her with open arms. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about people. You don't know people. I say this all the time when I bring you these stories. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you. You don't know people. So I just watch how you act. That's just my indicator. And when you're talking in circles, something and it's not adding up, and then you're changing your story, and once the chief came forward and said she's been giving us conflicting stories, then I knew right then. How hard can it be to say what you've been doing for the past month, 2 months, where you've been, who last had your kid, all that? Thank you, Joy. Why don't these folks give these babies to people who love them instead of killing them? I don't know, honey. Like I said, she had a father, so I don't know. And it seems like he was, he helped her out at some point. You are so right, honey. Looks are deceiving. Yeah, I don't put anything past anybody. I think that's obvious from all the stories that you hear. You hear all these horrible stories. Well, somebody thought they knew these people. They were married or dated or their son, their mother, whomever. And somebody at some point would vouch for them. Then you probably had somebody who wouldn't. But in the end, once the state does his or her job to show, hey, this is the evidence we have, we're gonna bring them in on charges, then you realize, well, I guess I didn't know him or her that well, or I didn't know them at all. Because once you talk about murder, that's just a whole different ballgame. A young life wasted, but an eye for an eye. Yeah, I wanted her to get the death penalty because I feel like when I looked at those pictures of Evelyn today, my heart just sank because she was a beautiful baby, just a little chunky little something. And I was like, those eyes, those blue eyes, that was a gorgeous baby. That was a gorgeous baby. And to know that she was snuffed out and ain't no telling how they killed her, she, whomever, and then you then threw her on your relative's property. It's just sickening. You got to have discernment with everyone. Yeah, but see, a lot of people don't have discernment. You don't get discernment from Walmart. You got to have that already in you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are not good at judging people. Sometimes, like I said, we all make mistakes with people. We think they're cool. They seem nice. They start talking sweet and nice to us. Then as we start dealing with them, we realize, something's not right with this person. But the point is, you're not going to know that until you deal with them. I always say that. Once you get in the belly of the beast. Once you get in the belly of the beast, then you realize, well, I'm in here now and ain't looking too good. Was she charged as an adult? I don't know the wording. It just says a child under 12 and a person over 18. So I don't really understand that wording too much, because I really didn't understand the wording as in correlation to why she didn't get the death penalty. I think maybe it was, I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't know why the state didn't pursue it. Till it's too late, then you'll know the real them. Well, that's the point. I think everybody's had to learn when it's too late. Everybody's had to learn when it's too late because you don't know people. You don't know anybody. And this girl probably had some friends and this and that. And, there's one young girl spoke out about her last year. She was a student. I can't remember what that girl said, but they didn't have a lot of people that was, saying too many bad things about her. I just think she liked this young guy. And I think perhaps that was the motivator for her to get rid of her child. She's probably having problems with her father in her life and not being steady and maybe not keeping work. So she was, in need of some type of guidance, stability. Naturally, when your life is not together and you have a child, that's extra weight on you. So guess her mind started telling her, you know what? Your life would be easier if you got rid of this kid. And I believe that's what she did. She got rid of her baby. But what I think is interesting is that at what point did she meet the young guy? Was he around when the baby was around? So you have to wonder about all that kind of stuff. So I always wondered about all that. What was his relationship to the child? Did he ever see the child? Did he ever ask her, where's your child? If he had met her with the child. See, all that's going to be probably laid out once court starts. And another thing that's crazy is this attorney sitting here talking about he wants a change of venue. I thought, where are you trying to go? You know you're not come up here near the Knoxville area, because we ain't going to be kind to her. 12 members of a jury. I don't think there's anywhere you can go in this area where no one has heard the story. Even if they were to take it south to Chattanooga, those people have heard of her. Everybody in this state heard about her and that baby. No, they're just seeking, Melissa, they're just seeking life in prison instead of the death penalty. Hi, Vicky, how you doing? That's it. But, I think she should get it. She didn't care nothing about that kid. And there's no telling how she killed that poor baby. There's no telling how she killed that poor baby. That baby didn't get to enjoy life like, most young people, children. No. Evelyn didn't have a chance. And it's sad. It's very sad. Yeah, because she was a beautiful baby. Every time I would see pictures of her, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I just look at that baby, just want to grab her little cheeks. And she had the little fat little fingers and arms. And I was just like, man, why didn't you try to get help? Why didn't you try to get some type of help? It's not like, she didn't have nobody. It's not like she was a young person that didn't have nobody. I mean, she had a father. Hello, Miss Langston. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. So, that's how it is. It's just a sad, sad story. And, man, I just don't understand none of it. Oh, yeah, the little button nose. Yes, girl. How you doing? Yeah, she had a very cute little nose. Little pug nose. Megan is, to me, that heifer is evil. She's just evil to me in that car situation. Lord, such a mess. Oh, yeah, all that, Melissa. Yeah, all that. Yeah, you remember, it was just back and forth. But see, that's what pisses me off about these cases. Well, that might be it, 56. That might be the reason. All that back and forth with the car, the boyfriend mama, she found out she owned the car. They didn't return the car, the mom and the boyfriend. Then they took the car over to North Carolina where they got pulled over. Then the stuff about him having wet pants. So the grandmama, somebody might have thought that he was involved, the boyfriend. But then they said, the hotel they were staying in had flooded. So, you didn't know what to believe. Because every time you turned around, it was a different twist to the story. And Megan sending the investigators on a hunt to the campground in Mendota. Then they get there. The person who was running it was saying, we ain't never seen nobody here looking like this or fit that description. And nobody's here. Because I just was like, Lord, where is this going to go? How far is this going to go? Yeah, it was all over the place. It was all over the place. You're right, Melissa. It was all over the place. And it was sick. It was sickening because you could see it was just spinning out of control. And she was just throwing stuff at them every day. Yeah, it's like Casey Anthony. She just kept throwing them stuff every day because what she was doing was she hadn't fully planned it out. So once they come to her asking questions, then she had to respond, and then she realized, that don't sound too good. And then they probably quit back. And then she thinks, okay, they're not in agreement. They think I'm lying. Let me try something else. How is she walking? It's unreal to me. I don't know. Habitual liar like Casey Anthony. Yes, very habitual. With Casey Anthony, I don't even know how she's still around myself. That's another baffling story. And it's like, what man would want a baby killer? But as you see, they can attract a man. And if Megan was out right now, some guy would be smitten with her. Just saying. Some guy would be smitten with her. Be all in her peripheral. I don't know. Very sad to me. Very sad to me. But that's my latest update. The state is not going to seek the death penalty. And if she is found guilty by 12 members of the jury. I know this is a horrible justice, but take them ovaries. Melissa, you're so funny. Good luck with that. Good luck with her ovaries being taken out. She won't be needing her ovaries anyway because, one, she's going to be around women. She's going to be housed with women. She's housed with women now in a jail. Found guilty, naturally, she'll go to prison. She'll still be around women. So, yeah, she don't need no ovaries. Wondering what's the West are telling the police about those baby. I don't know, honey. Nothing. They're not telling them anything. It's like this. Nothing but some lies. This is what people do. They lie and mischievous, swap stories back and forth, thinking you're stupid. That's what I've learned about most of these cases, is that the suspects think that the police are stupid. They think the people around them are stupid. They think the public is stupid. So they spin all these wild stories, and then once they realize that the investigators are onto them, then they have to come up with another version. And at some point, they just run out of air. It's like, okay, I've hit a brick wall. They don't believe me. It's just sad. Just got in, stopped by to say, oh, thank you, Marshall. How you doing? Thank you, Marshall. Thank you so much. What do you think of people being out at the West Grandpa's home? I think it's a bad situation. Like I said, I understand people being angry. But, hello, Marshall. I think you have to know when to fold, because when you start saying things that can be deemed as threatening, then you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble even if you say nothing. No, 56, it's not helping. Because like I said, I could see somebody who's related to the case, such as a mother, sister, brother. Yeah, they're going to be angry. They may go to the house and raise hell. Hey, let me in. Hey, I know you did this to my mama, sister, son, whatever. But these are random people. And it's not to make light of the situation because they're not related to the children, but you have to just use common sense. You are a random person standing outside of some strangers' homes, going on and going off about whatever. And as you see, they don't care. No. Well, the thing about public shaming is the people don't care. And that's what a lot of people don't seem to understand. First of all, they're not obligated to tell you anything about anything. You're not law enforcement. You're not the DEA. You're not ATF. You're not FBI, Secret Service, police, sheriff. See where I'm going? So why would these people, whether they're guilty or not, owe you an explanation about what happened to the children? They don't owe you an explanation. It doesn't matter what you think, because they don't owe you anything. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. You're a random person walking up, following someone in the middle of the street or outside their property, cussing and fussing, and then you think these people are going to tell you what they did with some children. When did that ever work? It doesn't work when the police is asking. Hey, tell me this, tell me that. So, it's just, they're not going to work. It's not going to work. They're not going to explain themselves. Whoops, sorry. I have to get down here, get my little rag. Allergies acting up. Hello, together. How you doing? I guess they're asking, why aren't you looking? Well, as I stated before, it doesn't matter. You see, hello, what people don't understand is you're trying to make somebody be something that they're not, which is a human being. You're trying to make somebody who's an empty vessel be human. So you think because you go to them, they're going to give you what you want. Well, as I keep saying, you're not the police. And if the police hasn't gotten the truth, Why do you think you, as a random person, is going to walk up to a stranger and say, tell me what you did with the kids? Tell me what you did with the kids. It doesn't mean anything what you're saying, because the people don't care anyway. That's why the kids aren't here. That's why the kids aren't visible. It's because these people did away with the kids. So you, a random person, going to walk up and try to get something that the damn FBI is not getting. That they don't, think about it. It makes no sense. They don't care. That's why they can walk by and say nothing to you. No eye contact, no cursing, no nothing, because they don't give a damn. They think they're safe. Hey, I got those kids tucked away. That's the end of that. You're not going to find them, so it doesn't matter. So I don't have to explain anything to you. And I just think it's a situation that could definitely get out of control. Well, but they have the right to walk and roam. See, that's the thing we don't understand about people. You want them, I keep saying this, you want them to be human, but they don't have to be. See, their life hasn't stopped because of those kids. They're going to keep doing whatever they want. Right, Carol. Right. So why are they going to say anything? They still got to eat and sleep just like you do. They got to now find a way to make money because their pocketbooks is probably getting low, because we don't know how much they had in savings or whatever in checking. And those children, to me, was their way of making money. So that's that's null and void now. So that's probably their only concern right now, is trying to find a way to make money. Yeah, of course they get to keep living, because the law says you have to prove that they are guilty. And that's the state's job. That's not the defense job. That's the state's job, is to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, hey, these people did this or that. Defense just lays back and watch. They just lay back and watch. But I don't recommend anybody going stirring up trouble with anybody. I don't care how angry you get. Because like I said, I get it. People want justice for the children, but so many other people want justice for their loved ones just as well. And you have to reframe yourself, because you could get yourself in something you can't get out of, and then next you'll be a story on the news because you reacted and you went off the deep end and you did something terrible to these people, and then God forbid you hurt them, harm them, or kill them. Now there's be no justice because they won't be able to stand trial if they're dead. You want them alive. Even if they never talk. Even if they never talk. You want them to stand trial. Her evil behind could have given that baby to somebody instead of killing. Well, Vicky, this story is just like what we're already about the other trauma going on out west. It's like all the other stories. They're all the same. The people are just cruel. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much. It's just... You can't put any reasoning with these people. That's the thing. Hello, I'm new to your channel. I love it. I get everything you're saying. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. You can't make these people be something that they're not. And I think everybody is trying to do that. You're trying to make them human. You can't make them human. You'll never make them human. Who knows? They could have weapons and pushed them to hard. They could hurt somebody. So what? If they want to, yes. Sing like a bird. Okay. Hi, loving mother. Hello. Okay. Melissa. We will see. We will see who will talk, who won't talk. I think what's going to seal everything up is when I was watching this one guy. Gosh, I can't think of his channel name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. No, they don't have any children. They don't have any children. Why would CPS pay you? You don't have any children. I think the children in their household will be the key to the situation. The children who live there will will seal the deal. and the time frame with the other people that they've talked to, such as the grandmothers, whatever information they've given the police, FBI, I think that's what's going to seal the deal. Because if nobody has gotten together to say, tell them this, you're in a whole lot of trouble. Anyone ever find out how many kids they actually had, keep any different numbers? All we know is that it originally started out with 6. Well, of course they know. They do know. They know all of that. They know all of that. They don't have to tell us anything. And that's another situation people don't seem to understand, is that you don't know the law. You just think the police and the FBI is supposed to just tell you what you want them to tell you. It doesn't work like that. And I don't think you really would want the police to just come out and say, yeah, I know you did it. We think you did it. It won't make a bit of difference if they said it. They got to have proof. They have to have proof. And these people are at a point where, they feel like they are, above everybody else. It's a vicious game. And they're just playing around, toying with everybody. Well, they could run. They could. Now, the thing about running is, where are you running to? Because you got to have something to run to. And if you don't have any money, it costs to live today, where are you going to go? Because you don't seem to be the type that want to hold down a full-time job, because wasn't that the purpose of fostering the children? Because that was your hustle. So even if they was to run right now, I don't see it would work. Because let me tell you something. Being out here in the world with no friends, no family, nobody to talk to. You can't talk to anybody out here in the street, which I think they were probably living like that anyway, but they still had their mothers. No mommy and daddy around. It will not be like how you think. Each one would turn on the other one because they would get tired of the other one very quickly. Patty, no. She just had a court appointment last week, and she basically was asked how things were going with her attorney, and they're not going to be seeking, the state's not going to be seeking the death penalty in the case. Look at Pablo Escobar event with all that money he couldn't hide kids for. Well, but people hustle people every day. For those of you who don't know that, people are hustled every day. People are used every day. Every day. This was just their way of making money. It's obvious. Somebody put a bug in their ear. Hey, I know how you can make money, and that was that. Marshall says the state seeking life without parole. They made their family put it in. They had to. What'd you say, honey? They made their family put it in their head to adopt to get money. Well, and foolishly they all joined in. But as you see the end result, there are no children in their custody. So what did you gain? So even if you sold the children, killed the children, you lost your biological children. And now you have to sit and wait to see what the investigators have that could possibly build a case if there is actual evidence. So what did you gain? You didn't gain anything. You didn't gain anything. You thought you were going to gain something, but you haven't gained anything. You've just thrown away your entire life over nothing. Maybe more chance to get a conviction if you remove death penalty from the equation. Yeah, that might be it. I'm not really sure. Oh yes, baby Evelyn. Yes, that is just like I said. It's just a very crazy case. Right. Well, you got to remember, people who do this for a living, they're not thinking about anybody else anyway. I call them baby killers. That's how I look at them. They don't care about anybody else. They're not worried about anybody else. All these people were selfish. Evelyn's mother, Megan, she's a selfish person because she could have reached out to somebody and got help. These other people, they were using children as a come up. In many ways, a lot of these cases are the same. The parents are selfish, no matter what their motives are for getting rid of their children. It's still selfish nonetheless. They're just selfish people, and they're not people I would want around me. 12 members decide to give them a free pass. All I can say is have mercy that you want to be around these people living, because I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust them with a dog. And live straight. Yeah, buffering. You should know. 46 minutes in. All it takes. Y'all want to throw in and start talking about that other stuff. And the mom and her boyfriend know better than Megan. Oh yeah, those two were clowns. After all that stuff went on with the baby, they were getting arrested for stuff, stealing at the wall, all this type of crazy stuff. I was just like, Lord have mercy. No wonder Megan was messed up. Look at her mama. Look at her mama. And the mom and daddy were fighting at one time years before they split up because she had another man at the house and the daddy went running up to the house, fighting the guy who was there with the mother. So you see, Megan grew up in a tumultuous house. And usually people who grow up in places where they got their mothers and fathers fighting all the time, they tend to have issues. Yeah, the apple and the tree. Most definitely. Most definitely. Those people were very chaotic, her parents. That had been said. I bet they did not think this entire thing through. Now look, you guys lost everything. Yes. Yes, they her parents were off the chain. The stories that I heard, those people were talking on Facebook last year. That was just a fine mess pertaining to Megan's parents. Those people had all kind of ghetto drama going on, honey. All kind of ratchet trailer park drama. And I was just like, why is it every story about a child missing and then later found deceased, the parents have so much drama, their parents have so much drama. It's like it's always drama. That's why the children don't have a chance, because they're living around these people. I thought that even if the baby had survived, still, what kind of life would she have had with a mother who was going pillar to post, the father putting her out the trailer? She didn't have anywhere to live. So where are you going to live with a baby? And I think that's the reason why she probably got rid of her kid. Tasha, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. When you know better, you do better. Yeah. Well, Patty, they say that a lot, if you know better, but a lot of times most people do know better. You know a little bit better. You know not to kill a baby. You might be struggling, but you know not to kill a kid. You know not to kill a baby. Hey, Jim, what did you say, Miss 56? Still, she had free will. She did not have to kill the baby Evelyn. We don't get to choose our parents, but we have a choice to do. Yeah. That's why I said all she had to do was reach out. I think if she had reached out, and the reason I think it's weird that she didn't reach out, the last person who she was staying with, that lady let her come stay in her house. But then the lady realized she had been lying to her. So I thought, well, hell, why didn't she reach out to that lady before she decided to kill her baby? That's just weird to me. They were mentally unstable from being raised as a kid. I'm speaking about the chaos. Okay. Well, I'm not about to make no excuses for anybody that kills a kid. I mean, a lot of people have very turbulent lives. They came from turbulent lives growing up, but you know better than to kill a kid. It makes me so angry how these grown adults are harming these babies. Well, and it's going to continue to go on. It's a brand new year. But as you see, it's the first month of the year, and there's nothing but crazy nonsense going on. Was the mother still a kid herself still? Yeah, she had her child young. Late teens. She was a teenager. She was. But, as I state, she had a father. She did have a mother. I don't think they were the best representations of parents, but she still had parents. And I think her mother's father, he's living. So she had a grandfather. She did have grandparents. She had grandparents. So It's just a matter of did she want to reach out? Obviously, she didn't. She didn't want to tell anybody she was having issues. Whatever her issues were. I think, like I said, she just wanted to be rid of the child because she liked that guy she was dating, and I think she realized this is my way to break free. I can go where I want, do what I want. I can stay with him because there were pictures on Facebook where he bought a house, and she was in the caption, I think, on Instagram stating, "This is our home" or this and that. He was building a house from the ground up, and she was basically looked like she was saying our house or whatever. So, hey, she was making moves, honey. She's trying to get on in the world. I'm a survivor of sexual and physical abuse, and I did not choose to let it determine my life. I choose to be a better parent, so no excuses to kill babies or children. Clearly, not having any children would be smart if you're that messed up, but we know how that goes. Right, right. Yeah, because people get pregnant every day, just like an animal. An animal breeds in the wilderness, the wild, and humans are the same. Did they determine how the baby died? I can't remember, Patty. She might not have known she had issues given her upbringing. She shouldn't have had a kid if she wanted to be free. Justice was served for baby Evelyn. Rest in peace. Melissa, most state have the safe. Okay. Well, she wasn't gonna give her kid up no way because she probably was worried about what people would think. It does have a lot to do with the parents. My stepdaughter was able to do what she wanted. Now her mother's allowing her to have a boyfriend in another state at 15 years old. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to, be deemed as a failure, and I think that's why a lot of terrible things happen to children. Is because a person will say to himself, herself, well, what are people going to think if I let my child get raised by somebody else, and or if I give my child up for adoption, people know I've had the child. So I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't give their children up, to other sources because they don't want to be deemed, as a terrible parent. But what they don't realize is the more they try to hold on to the kid, they're spiraling out of control. And they don't realize that. Better a failure than a murderer. Yes, most definitely. Because a lot of people have been raised by other people. So, you can't judge somebody if something happened to where they could not raise their kid because a lot of us in the world have been raised by other people. And people moved on and they didn't judge because you went, whatever happened, happened. That's y'all's personal business. Sorry about that. Oh, Melissa said I was raised by my grandparents. Okay, Melissa, I think you had told me that. I'm 53 minutes in. Sorry about the buffering. I don't know. I was doing so good. I was doing so good. But yes, the birthday girl is, my 2 days is dwindling down to the 50. I'll be 50 on Friday, so I am looking forward to that. Seeing another day, another birthday. I won't go down as a failure or a murderer. Okay. What did she say? I won't go down as a failure or a murderer. I had my babies. I will raise them the best I could. Okay. Early birthday. Thank you, Melissa. Yes. Yes. Friday is the big day. So I am looking forward to turning 50. I am looking forward. It's hard to even believe I'm at that stage of being 50. It's like, where did the time go by? I was telling my good friend that tonight. I was like, man, it's like it's scary, very scary. I will say that because you start thinking about all the little things that can happen to you as you start aging, and it's like, man, how much time I got left on top of this dirt? I wanna live. You know what I'm saying? As they say in the street, I got some living to do. Despite it all, I'm still here, and I got some living to do. I'm right behind y'all to turn 50. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Are you still planning to go live on Friday? Yeah, I probably will. Lord willing, I'm alive and breathing. Yes. I can't believe I'm halfway to 40, Melissa. 40 is a good number. To me, 40 is better than 50. 40 is good. So, like they say, somebody didn't make it to either number this morning. 21st birthday. Ain't that the truth? Thank you so much. I'm trying to think. Do I even remember my 21st birthday? Where was I? Oh, I was in school. Yeah, okay. Oh, Angie says I'm 41. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff I was watching social media pertaining to all these cases, and I'm not gonna get into all the stuff about California, but um, some interesting stuff I've been learning. When I turned 50, I couldn't believe I made it to that age. Then I realized it's just a number. This is true. Everything's about perception. This is true. Despite a little kink here, gray there, little slip disc, hip, whatever, I guess it's about your perception. So, if you can try to hold on and have a positive attitude about aging, it's probably best if you try, if you can. A lot of people don't accept aging well, because they keep looking at themselves like, I don't look like myself. I didn't have this wrinkle, this bag, this gray, this extra weight, whatever. And it's a lot to take in, glass half full. Okay, that's too funny. I have to remember that. Good day, Queen and everyone. Hello, lovely Denise. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to stay on long because I just wanted to do this little quick. I'm 61, but I do not have gray hair yet. Oh, Carol, you're lucky. You like Oprah. Oprah's up there in age because we have the same birthday, me and Miss Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey, and I don't see no gray in Oprah's hair. And that woman got all her hair and no gray. Then to me, that's a blessing. Thank you, Ann. Thank you so much. But that's the basic information right now pertaining to Megan Boswell out of East Tennessee. She is still incarcerated. She is still in jail. She went to court days ago. She still has representation, and she has worked things out with her attorney. And this is what she told the judge. The judge asked her if everything was okay with the attorney. And they will not be seeking, the state's office will not be seeking the death penalty. It's life imprisonment without parole. Thank you so much. My hair is dark black and I never dyed it. Oh, wow, okay. Hello, Joelle. What's going on? Well, I still here. I am here. I said I wasn't gonna stay on long. Y'all start slipping in this live late, because I'm trying not to do long lives so people can enjoy the lives without them being so lengthy. But if you would like to donate to the channel, you can cash at me at $Big Angie 129. I appreciate all the support. I may get on a little bit later. I'm trying to give, certain storylines a break since there hasn't been any new developments with situation going on out in California, because that's becoming weary. Talking about that every day, it's just been like, it's like, how many variables can we come up with? And now everyone's riding on the coattail of this story, and it's sad to me. It's very sad with no new developments. I'm sure the police have developments. They just have not shared them with us, and that is to be expected. I don't get upset about that or angry about that, because I know that they have a job to do. And frankly, the fact that we're talking about two babies, I want them to do the job. I want it done right, and I want it to be done thoroughly. So I'm not going to be that type of person to be, raising sand about why they haven't said anything. It's not that they don't know anything, because I don't know what they know. But they want to preserve the case, and they have every right to do that so they can get it right. I notice people in Cal City have taken a step back since the other day. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why I say there's a lot going on pertaining to this case with outside people. I don't know what's going on with these people. I'm going to refrain from even making a comment about what the hell is going on. I just know it's some sinister people out here. Yes, you have to be prepared if this case goes to trial. Yes, this is a sinister case, and this is what I keep telling people about these cases. I'm going to say this 1,000 times. You can't get anything positive out of something negative. You hope you could. You hope you could. But when you are dealing with the devil, what positive would come out from Satan's spawns? You can't. We're not talking about making a boo-boo on a test. You hurt your little knee, dust your knee off. We're past that stage. When you start talking about killing people, hurting and harming people, you're in a whole nother level. You're in a whole nother level. And all these cases are the same to me. Just a bunch of miserable people who are lying and lying and lying, and they're going to go down in flames lying, even if the evidence is staring them in their face, even if there's audio, visual footage, CCTV, whatever. No, it wasn't me. I don't know that person. Where's our girls, Nitra and Queen Talks? I missed them in the chat. Oh, I don't know. They're probably somewhere doing something. Queen's probably at work. But this is all you get with these kind of people. Lies, lies, lies. They're going to lie no matter what you got. And you can show video. That's you. That's you. No, it's not me. You got me mixed up. That's not me. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. Sit in court smirking, laughing, throwing up signs and crazy gestures. You get all type of craziness. Just wait till it's time to go to court. You're going to see all kind of craziness. Thank you, Marie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I'm not going to hold you guys. It's hard to go to trial without a body, so you have to make sure all your ducks right. And that's what's probably going on. They don't know where the children are. And they're probably thinking they're probably not around. So, yes, they got to make sure they have everything they can to seal the deal, to show this, this, and this. And we believe this because of this. Because you don't want nobody messing this up. Because I'm telling you, that would be the worst case scenario. They do get indicted, and then later down the road, 12 people can't come to an agreement, and poof, both of them walking. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, that's my Cash App, $ Big Angie 129. Any donation is fine, and if you don't, that's fine as well. You're still in good graces with the Queen. But I'm going to get off of here because I'm going to get me a little bite to eat. And I may jump back on because I'm trying to make sure I'm recapping all my stories. Because I thought you didn't talk about this Megan Boswell story. And I had to go through all my videos and make sure, and I thought I didn't. I had it on my Rolodex for last week. But somehow I got sidetracked talking about all that stuff going on out in California. Oh, Melissa, yes, honey. I am a little tired, really. But I want to thank you all for joining me. Pray for the children out west, a resolution, whether it be a discovery or a recovery. Pray for those kids, those brothers. Pray that the truth is revealed and that all persons involved in that case will be brought forth and brought to justice and stand trial. Everybody that even had knowledge, everybody. And prayers for baby Evelyn, that 12 members also will listen to the evidence and convict her mother, egg donor Megan Boswell, and anybody else in that case that may have aided her in covering up the death of her child. Thanks for joining me. I'll try to get back on a little bit later with another hot topic if I can. And we will see how it goes. Thanks for joining me. Thank you all in the chat. God bless all of you. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.